Hello everyone, welcome back. Friends, today with this lecture, we are going to try and end up with a idea, something about ecosystem and biodiversities. And we are going to talk something about in connection today with the biodiversity protection and conservation methods. And this we call it as the laws or the various laws which are being appropriately given forward by the country, that is Government of India, for the protection and conservation of biodiversities. Let's move forward for understanding what is the idea and what are the concepts given by these laws so that it functions properly. What are the penalties? Are they having really benefits? And what are the different kind of regulations which are being put forward for the conservation methods? So, with starting of the Biological Diversity Act, which was given in 2002, one should always understand that these laws have been come forward as a result of convention which took place in United States. It took place in 1992 and the convention was called as United Nations Convention on Biological Diversity, which we also term in a short form as CBD. So we have discussed this in an earlier lecture also. So because of the CBD, that is Convention on Biological Diversity 1992 Act, the country has created some of the act, that is sovereign acts, which are giving some objectives and some regulations for the protection of biological resources, providing access to it, and so that the national level of biodiversity can be maintained. So, with starting of the Biological Diversity Act 2002, it should always be also kept in mind that as it started with the help of the CBD, that means because of the resultant of a CBD Act, it was started in Chennai. That means it is established in Chennai, and this is established in Chennai is called as National Biodiversity Authority. Okay, so these are the questions again asked everywhere. So you should always keep in mind that it is a city place, Chennai, where it is the central headquarter of the Biological Diversity Act 2002. Now, this act, that is Biological Diversity Act, has been given in many different forms. That is Biological Diversity Act 2002, then 2004, then it is also called 2006, but the names always changes depending upon the condition and depending upon the rule system. Okay, that means policy system. For example, like we will be talking today about the Biological Diversity Act 2002, but next one came forward with this 2002 was called as the Biological Diversity Rule 2004, and with help of this new policy came or new policy emerged, which is called as National Environment Policy, that is 2006. And to maintain all these things, that means 2002, 2004, 2000, of course, do not consider that if a new rule comes, the last one will get extended. No, it will continue. The new rule is created with the help of the old rule. So old rule will continue and new rule will be added to it. That means some new rules will be added and then we'll get a next year new rule. Of course, this takes place because of the changing environment condition. And to maintain the harmony, balance and the development, a new form of activity is being created, which is called as National Biodiversity Action Plan in 2008. So basically we are running the 2008 National Biodiversity Action Plan right now. Let's move and understand something about the Biological Diversity Act 2002, which started in the country of India because with the help of the Parliamentary of India, which was an act of CBD. Okay, so this should be very well kept in mind that it was an act because of the CBD. Now this Biodiversity and Biological Act is defined in a section 2B. Now this should also be very kept in mind, the sections, because this is again the same thing as I said, that whatever we will talk about in the lecture sessions is something about a discussion point of question being asked or question being raised every time. So it is Biodiversity Act is being mentioned in our Indian Penal Code in section 2B, and it defines actually something called as biodiversity, and the definition is the variability among the living organism from all the sources and ecological complexes of which they are part and include diversity within the species or between the species and the ecosystem. Now this is pretty complex form, but one should understand it. It tells that the variability among the living organism, what kind of variety of organism and ecologic is forming, because ecology, we know it is a complex form. So this complex form means it has different kinds of species, it has different kinds of organism, it has different kinds of ecosystem. So what variability is being maintained, that means a complexity is being balanced, is called as a biodiversity. Also, this biodiversity has given, that means this act, that is section 2B act, is also given a very important definition for biological resources. Okay, we are calling it as resources because human genetic material is not included in it, and henceforth it will be called as biological resources. So they have defined what that means. What can you call biological resources is plants, animals and microorganisms. Okay, so these are the three major factors: plants, animals and microorganisms, which should be a part thereof. It should be a genetic material. It should have actual or potential use value. So if you remember, we in the past few lectures talked about the use value. Okay, so it should have a potential or use value, but it should not include human in it. That means human genes will not be included in this factor, and henceforth it is called as a biological resource. That means whatever the plants, animals and microorganisms are taking part in your ecosystem, of which products you will be using, whether it can be of your useful value, maybe it can be a potential use value, or it will be non-use value. That means it will be of commercial value or non-commercial value, but this parts, that means the system should not include the human genetic material, because of course human genetic material is not a part of commercial system, because we use plants, animals and microorganisms for commerce. We do not use human genes for that case in commerce sense. Then came the National Biodiversity Authority and State Board Biodiversity Authorities. That means the NBA and the SBB. Now what do you mean by NBA? So National Biodiversity Authority or NBA is one of the statutory autonomous body. Okay, that means it is one of the self-made, you can call it as like a company, but not exact company. It is a self-made authority, a self-made system working for the government of India under Ministry of Environment and Forest. It is working under, okay, and this is having its headquarter again in Chennai. It was established in 2003, and the basic idea was to create the state boards. That means to create such areas which will regulate, advise the government for what action to be taken for helping the biological heritage to be preserved, for conserving the biodiversity, was the role of NBA. So it created the SBB further, and this SBB is called as State Biodiversity Boards. Okay, I'll repeat again, State Biodiversity Boards, which is created in around 29 states all over the country, and it is having more than 31,000 biological management committees. That means locally working. So you can find that number of states in country we are having, the number of the SBBs are also working over there, and the role or the main focus of these actual, that is NBA and SBB, is majorly four parts. That is regulation and prohibition, how to regulate, or what are the basic regulation which should be put forward so that the idea of functioning of the environment takes place. They will advise the government, they will advise the heritage system, which plant or which property to be used, which property to be kept for the foreign countries, which property to be kept for the forestry system, etc. That is called as the role of NBA and SBB. The Regulation Act also gives us some of the important factors. The very first important factor is the foreigners, that means non-resident or NRI, are being prohibited. How are they prohibited? It is being defined in the clause 30, that is section 2 of our penal code, and it is working under the Income Tax Act 1961. That means it is being given some major rights with regards to the income tax, that means foreign resource departments also. So foreign companies or the NRI or the non-resident of India will have to take the permission from the NBA. Okay, so we have seen something about the NBA, that is, it is an autonomous board which actually controls everything regards to the law of biodiversity. So the foreigner or a foreign company which is non-resident of India will have to take the permission from the NBA for getting something of biological resource. So if a foreigner comes in our country, and if he or she or the company wants to do a research, want to do a survey, want to take the help of the biological products, maybe a plant or an animal or microorganism from the country, it has to take the permission of NBA. That is the first criteria. Second criteria, it's Indian citizen or the permission board should be concerned with the state board. That means the state board should be there. The first permission will be taken from the state board and then it will pass on to NBA. So NBA will finalize it and then it will pass to state board. So the state board will say yes or no to the foreign body to take the biological resource. The next one. The biological resource from the India, if taken for the help of research or survey, is okay, but they cannot transfer it from one country to another country. Okay, so it cannot be transferred. It has to be done in India itself. You cannot carry the material of biological importance, that is the plant, animal species, for the research and survey for the commercial use to other country without the permission of NBA. But no such permission will be needed for the publication. That means if you study over here itself, if you study if you do a survey, if you study in country, it is okay with the help of NBA, of course, but you cannot carry, but you can publish the paper of your research work done. So it will be published in the journal or seminars itself, but again there is a prohibition, that is it should be first approved from the central government and then only will be given permission, because of course it is something related to India and henceforth, that means country, when it is related to country there are certain rules which are mandatory. Next one, the person, that means a foreigner person, will not apply or should not apply for a patent. That means whatever the rights are being provided will not be provided to the person or the company which is foreign in nature. And of course, if they want the permission or if they want to do such thing, they should take of course the permission of NBA, that is National Biodiversity Authority, and SBB, and they will be granted permission on one condition, that the part of profit, that means whatever the royalty will be given or whatever the share will be, benefit share will be obtained, will be then passed on to the granting board. This granting board is nothing else but a board of system which grants permission to the royalty. This royalty will be shared with the NBA. Okay, so that is an important criteria which should be kept in mind. Now, what are some benefits of these ideas is that the lecture is regarding the benefits, penalties, regulations. So the benefits, when we are talking something about the benefits, we are talking about the biological resources. Of course, it should have a joint ownership, a transfer of technology. So these benefits should be mentioned properly. That means what kind of location, is it monetary, is it non-monetary, etc. should be kept in mind. What kind of funding is there, etc. should be kept in mind. One important factor which comes to an end with this lecture is that if someone prohibits the regulation, if someone tries to again break all these rules, it will be creating a source of punishment, and this is called as penalty. So punishment decided by the government of India is imprisonment for the 5 years or a fine of 10 lakh rupees. So this is a basic, okay, they consider it as a very minor kind of punishment, but it may exceed if the damage is more. So how will they carry this, or how will they calculate this damage? So if you remember the 3 zones which we have created, that is core zone, buffer zone and transition zone, in which part, in which species or which kind of species, what amount of problem, what amount of destruction is being caused to the plant and animal decides what kind of punishment should be given. And one more important point, that this is a non-bailable agreement. So you cannot get a bail for this kind of offences being carried out. To control all this system, a biological diversity rule in 2004 is being carried out, and of course again it acts on the selection, appointments and salaries of the people who are working in the NBS. Okay, so it is one of the approval, because it is one of the major approval source. Chairman of the person, member of NBA decides all these things, and henceforth one important factor should be kept in mind, that this rule was important because for approval, for giving good kind of company or source, it was very important to carry out such kind of company, such kind of system for the development, and henceforth biological diversity rule 2004 is being carried out. So friends, today we have seen something important about the biological rule, the laws which are being placed forward by the government of India for the protection of the biological diversities, or we can say conservation of the diversities. And these diversity laws are, you can just keep it in mind by the years itself, that is Biological Diversity Act 2002, then Biological Diversity Rule 2004 like we have seen right now, and then goes with the National Environment Policy 2006, and then finally goes with the National Biodiversity Action Plan 2008. Of course, you might be thinking something about the 2006 and 2008, but it is not that prior important, because everything has been covered in these 2 factors, which is just a very revised form in 2006 and 2008. So you should always keep these 2 laws very clear in your mind, that is 2002 and 2004. Till we meet for the next lecture, study hard.